Good
evening. I'm here to pray. Before I pray, I just want to say that I am a proud product of the Enid Public Schools. I started in Carver Elementary School in 1950. I transferred to Enid High School in 1959, graduated with the class of 1962, joined the Air Force and got an honorable discharge after my first term. I went on to college to get a degree in criminal justice, worked as one of the first female and black police officers in the San Francisco Bay Area, returned to Enid and worked for the Department of Corrections as a probation parole officer, retired again, and now I'm the senior pastor of University Place Christian Church here in Enid. All because of my background with Enid Public Schools. I thank God for each of you. Will you pray with me? Heavenly Father God, we thank you for the city of Enid. We thank you for Enid Public Schools. We thank you for this board and these members whose task it is to develop policy and procedure to guide our school system, to guide our students. Oh God, that Enid might be a place where this city is called the city of God, that our children might be proactive and they might be professionals and they might do well in life. Lord, as we have this meeting tonight, let this be a time of celebration for a completed school year, for every student, for every teacher, for every administrator. Let us give thanks to the Lord for his goodness and for his wonderful works towards the children of men. Be in everything we see and say and do tonight. To God be the glory. To God be the honor. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Thank you for that. Thank you for your word. With that, I'll call us to order and roll call. Tori Turnbow.
Present.
Dr. Kim Tinius.
Present.
Matt Lohman.
Present.
Joe Blackwood.
Present.
Chad Mance.
Present.
And Colonel Jans.
Present.
That leads us to presentations. Jane.
Our elementary spotlight student tonight is from Prairie View Elementary School, and her principal, Miss Mary Withy, is going to introduce her.
Good evening, everyone. Again, my name is Mary Withy, and I'm principal at Prairie View Elementary. And tonight we have Miss Josephine Cook, who is our Prairie View Spotlight student. When Miss Miranda Johnson emailed me and said, Mary, I need a Spotlight student to attend the board meeting on May 18th, the very first name that popped in my head was Josephine. Josephine is involved in action at Prairie View. She's also in the Purple Up Club. She is a member of First United Methodist Church, and she's really into gymnastics and dance, correct? And not only that, Josephine is a brilliant student. I mean, academically sound, reading, writing, math, all the things. But what's most important about Josephine, in my opinion, is that she's very kind and she's very compassionate. And those two qualities, to me, are two of the most important qualities any human can possess. And that is Josephine for me. So, are you ready? Yeah?
Please stand and join me for the flag salute. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Order. Arms. Ball out.
And at this time, Miss Josephine is going to share a few reasons why she loves being a Prairie View Buffalo. And I'm sure it's because you love me, right? I'm the best? Yes, okay.
I like being a Prairie View Buffalo because the teachers are really kind, and it's great to be a military child there because we have something called the Purple Up Club.
Josephine, come on back here.
We got to take your picture and give you a certificate. It's much a bigger deal. Come right over here.
Mom, if you want to come on down, you can. Mom and Dad, certainly come on down here and take a picture.
Take a picture.
Josephine, great job. Thanks for coming tonight.
She did fabulous. Our next spotlight student, of course, is from Enid High School, and Mr. Craig Liddell is going to introduce him.
Thank you, Ms. Jane. Good evening, Dr. Darrow, board members, and a fantastic audience. Good to see everybody. I thought we were pretty busy yesterday, so it's good to be busy again tonight. I love it. Guys, it's an absolute pleasure to introduce this young man, especially with his teammates here and his coaches. And he's a special kid. I've had an eye on him for quite a while, and I'm going to let him tell his story. You know, sometimes we get out here and it's always about, oh, this kid's got this and that, and they're just off the charts with their grades and their achievements. And there's a lot of kids that have to battle through some different things and get to where they need to get to. And this young man's a great story and really, really excited for his future. So without any further ado, I'm going to introduce the son of Nancy and Luis Loza, Edwin Loza. You got this, buddy.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Edwin Loza. I'm a member of the Enid High School class of 2026 who graduated yesterday. And today I want to share my story with you. About 4.5 years ago, I was an 8th grader with no real worries about life. I just wanted to play soccer and have fun. School wasn't really a priority. I was getting ISP, detention, and my grades were terrible. And honestly, I didn't even plan to play soccer in high school. I was influenced by people telling me to quit, get a job, and focus on making money. But that summer, I kept finding my way back to soccer. I went to Summer Pride for a few days. Friends kept telling me to try out, and that's when everything hit me. Do I really want to give up the sport I fell in love with as a kid? And so I made my decision to continue soccer, which I'll forever be grateful for. Freshman year, my grades went from C's and B's to straight A's. I made varsity and even started a game. That alone made me proud of myself. Sophomore year, my confidence grew even more. Junior year, I became captain, which came with a lot of responsibility and leadership. And senior year, it was the best season of my life. District champion, honorable mention All-State and All-District. Belonging to this special group and program has helped me hold myself accountable. But my story doesn't end here. I'm proud to say that I will be continuing my soccer career at NOC, and I'm thankful for the opportunity to play at the next level. Thank you to the EPS board members for the support, and again, my story is still being written. Thank you.
Thank you, Edwin. That's a great story. Our next recognition is our soccer team, and Coach Kabata is going to come and tell us about their success this year and we're going to recognize these students. If the soccer team would like to come and join Coach Kabata up here, that'd be great.
Come on, boys. Good evening. I was not expecting to speak today, so everything you hear from me is genuinely off the top of my head. I'm here on behalf of an amazing group of young individuals and coaches and some staff that aren't here. This team was able to do something for the first time in 34-year history of our program on the boys' side, and went 7-1 in district play in 6A4, which is a very difficult thing to do with road games at Union, Jinx to say the least, Stillwater, and they came out, they came together, and to show a testament of their hard work and their beliefs amongst each other as teammates, they completely bought in, and they made history in going 7-1 and hosting for only the second time ever a home playoff game, which estimated to have about 500 fans there. It was a phenomenal night. And unfortunately, we didn't get the result, but it's not about the loss. It's about learning. It's about moving forward and understanding that Enid can compete. And this is what myself and Coach Romero, who's been with me since day one, since I took over from Mr. Liddell, that we can compete. Just the belief has to be there, and they've shown that. And, we're losing 7 incredible seniors, 3 All-Staters, that will be representing us in Catoosa on June 4th. We have 5 all-district players. We have 2 players that are going to go play at the next level, and Ethan Ritchie and Edwin Loza. This team is, it's very phenomenal. And it was so fun to see the community behind it, see some of your faces from across the field be there. And it's a very proud moment as a coach, but I see these kids as my own, and to see the genuine bond that they have, it only sets us up for a brighter future. So, not to take more of your time, but this is the first ever 6A4 district champion team right behind us.
Want to read these 3?
Yeah. And just to be more specific on the 3 All-State players that are going to be joining myself and my coaching staff in Catoosa, we will be coaching the East team, which I was chosen by the other 15 East Side coaches. The 3 members are our senior goalkeeper, Carlos Limon, senior forward, Alex Nieto, and Mr. Do-It-All defender, Ethan Ritchie. Those are your 6A3 All-State members.
Awesome. All right. Well, Coach Kabata, while you guys, Hudson, you line them up the way you want them for a photo, we also want to recognize Coach Kabata for being named the 6A East All-State Coach of the Year. Can you get them all in there? Awesome. Oh, wait. We got a mom. Any other moms want to come take pictures for dads? Welcome to.
Congratulations, Enid High School soccer team, coaches, players.
Another team with a great year is the track team, and Coach Sears is here to recognize them and tell us about their accomplishments.
You guys can come up.
Come on, track team.
I have the pleasure of coaching both boys and girls. It was a really good year for both teams. Sometimes I feel, people think Enid, we're stacked against the deck. especially when it comes to track. But we go to track each and every year, and we compete with some of the highest level kids around the state, and we always make it to state. And this year, the ones who make it to state track qualifiers are Jackie Aguilar 4x1, 4x2. Tristan Baumfleck, 4x1. Juan Chavez, 4x1. Gracie Combrake, 4x1. Also in disc. Gracie also placed fifth in disc with a throw of 132.5. That's also school record. Gracie also holds the school record for shot in disc at the high school. It's pretty impressive. Bailey Daniels, Maddie Diaz, 4x8. Bailey Daniels was high jump. Ruby Kane, 4x2. Cassie Lebeda, 4x8. Capri Mark, 4x1, 4x2. Long jump, Cashton Mathis. Shot put, Jalen Medina, 4x8. Isaiah Mitchell, 4x1. Keith Morris III, 4x1. Iffy Ruche, 100 hurdles. First hurdler we've had at the state track meet in 10 years, and she did great. She PR'd by 1 second. Very impressive. Riley Salee, Mariana Solomon, Riley was 4x8, Mariana was 4x1, 4x2, Zyler Tipton, high jump, and Tulare Williams, 4x1 and 4x2. Sometimes I don't think people realize what goes on in a track meet. If you ever come watch, me at a track meet, you don't see me sitting down. I'm walking from the high jump pit to the long jump pit to the disc pit to the shot pit. I get about 20,000 steps every track meet. So my feet are pretty burning up by the time I get home. But I do it all for them, and it's something I'll continue to do because they give me their best effort, and that's all I can ask. Thank you.
Congratulations.
Congrats, track. Thanks for coming out tonight.
And next up for recognitions, Coach, he's still Coach. Rob Mills, our athletic director, is going to tell us about the boys golf team and then the girls golf team. But the boys golf team, if you'll come join him, that'd be.
Coaches could not be here tonight, so I'm going to step in and talk about these fine gentlemen, members of the board and members of EPS administration. First, I want to say, God, this is an amazing night. All these recognitions, all these kids, so pretty amazing. I want to speak on behalf of this golf team. The members are Austin Kalo, David Shepard, Peter Shepard, Kendall Trammell, and Jet White. I want to talk about two different things. First of all, the season that they had, they won their conference tournament at Ponca City, and they were second place at the Guthrie tournament. I believe David Shepard placed first at both of those tournaments, correct? He won both of those tournaments. Pretty amazing. You do have to qualify for regionals in golf, and they did qualify for regionals, and they placed sixth at regionals, which qualified them for state, and they placed 11th at the state tournament. So just an amazing season for these gentlemen who worked really hard. Let's give them a big round of applause. I do want to mention one more thing. While doing all these amazing things, they were Distinguished Academic Award from the OSSAA, which is a 3.5 or higher, and they have to be top 10% of those teams. And so while they're doing their homework, whether it's in the van or at night, just maintaining that is pretty amazing. And so these guys had a great year.
It's all about the presentation. Are there any other moms or dads who want a picture before they move? Okie doke.
Boys golf, congrats on a great season, especially in the classroom, guys.
I also want to continue on with the girls golf team, and there's two members that are here tonight, Peyton Abernathy and Talia Canchola, but also those that couldn't be here, Ellie Wright, Jocelyn Ramirez, and Layla Martinez. And they did, in golf, you do have to qualify for regionals in golf, and this team did qualify for regionals this year, and so big congratulations to them for that. But the reason they're here is for their academic achievement award of a 3.2 or higher for the season, and so let's give them a big round of applause.
Thank you, Mr. Mills. Our next recognition is the slow pitch softball team with Coach Jensen.
Hey, good evening, and thanks, Ms. Johnson, for introducing us. Guys, I'd like to introduce our slow pitch team. A little bit about our season. We had a 24-10 record, and we hosted a regional this year with Norman North and Yukon. Came up a little bit short, but that was the second time in the program's history since 1978 that a softball team's hosted a regional. So hopefully next year we're able to propel ourselves into the state tournament and get recognized in October for that. But I'd like to introduce some girls here. Looks like most of them are here. We have Kennedy Ash, Carson Chain, Malia Crouch, Jaylee Franklin, Maddie Good, Lauren Jensen, Sarah Jensen, Benjalina Lotish, Parker Lofton, Macy Mills, Libby Moore, Peyton Morse, Kaylee Nelson, Palmer Pasby, Cassidy Patterson, Sam Powers, Andy Rader, Zoe Robinson, and Adrienne Sarver. Thank you.
Congratulations, ladies. Our next recognition is the Enid High School Air Force JR OTC for placing fourth at nationals, and I'm going to let Sergeant Nelson come and tell us about them and their accomplishment.
All right, I'm not super smart, but I'm not a dumb guy. So before I say anything, I want to say happy anniversary to my wife, Leah, who is here tonight and not at some fancy dinner for our anniversary. Just saying, all right? I definitely am who I am because of who she is. So I very, very much appreciate her and all the support she's given to me and to this program. These kids... I've been here before. This is different. 2 years ago, they told me, like, Sarge, we should go to nationals. And I was like, well, you should work hard. And I kind of was like, I don't know, discouraging them in a way because I said, you know, it's hard to place. We placed fourth in the nation, fifth in the nation, and color guard. It's hard to do that, but nothing's like the fitness challenge. Nothing. And I knew that. I knew it would be hard for us to go there. It's a lot of money and to place in it, but these kids was like, we can do it. We can do it. Imagine being a football team and showing up to practice and them saying, oh, you can't use football field today. Imagine being a track team with no track, a basketball team with no court, a weightlifting team with no gym, all right? That's what happens a lot of times, and I'm not up here complaining. I don't want it to sound like that. That's what happens. I want you to understand how resilient these kids are. We have a practice plan. Hey, we need this for this day, so you got to do something. We don't cancel practice. We just do it somewhere else. We've been outside, been rained on. We've practiced in the snow. There's videos if y'all want to go watch. We've practiced every chance we can, and we've been the first individuals at Enid High School for the entire year at 6:30 in the morning. You drive by the track and you see those lights on. It was these kids. They were there before anybody showed up to the weight room, anybody showed up for anything else, and it paid off because they took 4th place in the double broad jump. They are 13th overall. Ife Aruche placed 5th in 2 categories, the weighted ball throw, the double broad jump, and she was 6th best female in the country overall. So I've been proud of all of my teams in the past, but I don't think I've ever been as proud as I am of this team because they have definitely been resilient. A lot of sports are seasonal, but what they do is all year round, and they did not give up. They stayed in it the whole way. Their names are Trace Beddoes, Philip Blasey, Brian DeSantiago, Matthew Gilmore, Emily Gray, Levi Lundaby, Ihunanya Aruche. Yeah, she taught me that. She taught me. Jesse Pye, Jovan Romero, Ethan Snyder, Mackenzie Sutherland, Skylar Teepee, and Marshall Vitagliano. Proud of them. They won't be in the middle.
There, you are just fine. Congratulations, that's fabulous. Our next recognition is esports with Mr. Wright introducing them.
Dr. Darrow, board, administration, thank you all again for having us up here, supporting us. This program has been going for a little bit, and this is my third going on my 4th year, and I'm happy to say we have another first in the program this year. Our Apex team with Shelby DeClerc, Tyrus Sutton, Avery Shimmer, they fought. There was a field of about 30-plus teams into the top 20 to get into playoffs, and then fought further again to get into the top 10 to make it to state for the first time in our program's history. And it was a tough field, still finished in the top 8, but I'm going to tell you what, I've got Avery one more year, thankfully. He's put up with me that long, but sadly I'm losing Tyrus and Shelby, and you two, I want you to know I appreciate all the leadership, and your presence is going to be deeply missed in that room next year, all right? Miguel Diaz, unfortunately could not make it for Smash Brothers for a 3rd year in a row. We made state in that as well, keeping Enid kind of in the name of one of the teams to look out for in esports as well. So he has like 3 jobs, bless his heart. He just couldn't make it here on top of everything else he did. But again, thank you all, and I'm proud of these guys.
Congrats, Mr. Wright. Congrats, guys.
Thank you, Mr. Wright. At this time, I'm going to invite Mr. Liddell and Mr. Heiss to come up and tell us about some amazing Enid High School and NOC graduates.
Good evening. I told Mr. Heiss I'm going to alley-oop this and let him slam dunk this one. So we celebrated them yesterday at graduation. I'm going to let him talk to us a little bit, but it's an unbelievable program. When it was pitched, I was like, that sounds fantastic. How on earth can that happen? And Dr. Darrow and I kind of laughed together, and here we are with multiple people doing it and another 5 absolute studs. Mr. Heiss.
Well, good evening, and thank you guys for the opportunity to come visit with you about this program. Tonight, I'd like to recognize Paisley Amsler, Lila Brown, Adon Herrera, Kenna Kane, and Macy Ulatalo. They graduated from Enid High School and Northern Oklahoma College at the same time. And I was proud to recognize them at NOC's commencement a couple of weeks ago and at your all's graduation yesterday. But I wanted to come before this board because this is an investment in people. It's not just an investment in concurrent enrollment. These aren't just impressive kids, and by all means they are very impressive kids, but this is about what you made possible for them and for so many others. Dr. Darrow has reported on numerous occasions the large number of students who qualify for free and reduced lunch in our district. For most of those families, college isn't just expensive, it oftentimes feels completely out of reach. Concurrent enrollment changes that equation. The research backs this up clearly. The data tells us that students that complete concurrent enrollment, even if it's just one class, they increase the likelihood of going to college tremendously. They increase the likelihood of enrolling in the second year of college by 28%. They increase the likelihood of graduating from college by 10%, just if they take one. And there are a large number of students at Enid High that take significantly more than just one class. But here's what's important to me. This is life-changing. This is generational change. This impacts not just these young people, but their families for a long time to come, and it's permanent. That's what the data tells us. So Dr. Darrow, you and your team, you do a fantastic job making life-changing opportunities for people. So thank you very much for that. Yeah. On behalf of Northern Oklahoma College, I want to say thank you. Thank you for funding this program. Thank you for believing in your students. And thank you for being willing to do the hard work of making college possible for kids who might never have tried otherwise. This board made a wise investment, and these 5 students that we're honoring tonight, they're just a part of that story. So for those 5 students, are they here? Yeah? Come on up. I do have one more. I'm an old social science instructor, so I apologize for being long-winded, but there are millions of people who graduated from college this year. There are even more that graduated from high school this year. There are very few that graduated from both college and high school at the same time in the same year. These young people are in elite company, and I'm extremely proud of them. I'm extremely proud of this program, and I'm thankful for the investment that you guys have made in their future, so thank you.
Just the amount, I can't express how grateful I am for this opportunity. My parents came here with a dream, and this is only the first step. I'm the first one in my family to ever graduate college, and I'm not even 18 yet. Thank you.
I also can't express my gratitude at all. I don't want to get emotional. I've cried too much the past few days. It's been a rough little bit, but the amount of joy I felt taking my classes, meeting new people, the friendships I made with the other 5 people, and then the 3 who didn't show up tonight. They're going to be getting a text from me later. But I cannot express how grateful I am and how fun it was and how many more people I met and how it made me feel more comfortable for me and my future. So thank you.
Dr. Darrow, can I chime in something? I attended the NOC graduation, had the opportunity to meet all 5 of these graduates, and you 2 did a great job up there right now, but I'm getting emotional because I know you were emotional. But that day, the 5 of them stood with me and had the most amazing conversation. And these are not 5 students that merely went to class and got a college degree. They all 5 have an exact plan, like to the day. Like they all are very focused. I believe all 5 were going into STEM related fields, So, I mean, they're just great kids. You guys keep it up. Stay in contact, the 5 of you. So give them a hard time for not being here. Congratulations again.
Mr. Heiss, thanks for being here tonight, Mr. Heiss, and thanks for being here yesterday. It definitely adds a special wave to our graduation. Thanks again.
And now it's my pleasure to get to recognize some of our schools for their Great Expectations Awards this year. So first we're going to recognize Glenwood Elementary School, Miss Owens. It is Glenwood's first year to be a Great Expectations model school. All these goodies. You have GE flags, a certificate, and your plaque. Yay. All right, we'll let Hudson take a picture. Oh, that says Adams. That's the wrong certificate. Hang on. Yeah, that's all right. We're going Glen. There.
I'm so sorry. Chad told me this job was easy.
Chad fibbed. And our next school, Miss Reba Gregory at Adams Elementary School. Woohoo! Don't lose your little. How many years, Miss Gregory Harris? Gregory Harris. I think 8. 8. Woohoo! I just handed hers. I'm totally messing with him here. Okay, and we're also going to give you Fowler's, your early childhood center. See if there's a Fowler. All right, they're in together. Because, you know, the early childhood center and Adams kind of became one a couple of years ago. So congratulations to Fowler and Adams. And then Coolidge Elementary School, Miss Shay Mercer. You should have this. You should have this. I got it. Don't lose your. I already have for this year? Yeah. Okay. How many years?
I think 8 as well.
Awesome. And our next school, we're going to see. Hayes Elementary School, Miss Jamie Jernigan. And you had your big celebration this fall. How many years?
Now we're 21.
Oh, 21 now. Here, you want to? 21 years. But I was just the Hayes principal a couple of years ago. Don't say 21 years ago. Oh, my goodness. And Hoover Elementary, Miss Artman. How many years, Miss Artman?
According to my daughter, not enough as Hayes.
Oh. She's getting you. Those kids tell us the truth. And our last elementary school, Prairie View Elementary, Miss Mary Withy. How many years, Miss Withy?
This will be the year.
Woohoo! Year there too.
Thank you.
And our lone middle school, Longfellow Middle School. Mr. Mitchell and Ms. Britton, congratulations. How many? 6? That's awesome. Awesome. Congratulations. Thank you. That's all the recognitions from me. It only took 39 minutes.
Congratulations, principals, and thanks for coming out tonight. Thank you.
And that leads us to oath of office for re-elected board member Joe Blackwood. Dr. Robinson?
All right. Joe, if you don't mind, please raise your right hand and repeat after me. So I state your name.
I, Joe Blackwood,
Hereby declare under oath
hereby declare under oath
that I will faithfully perform the duties of
that I will faithfully perform the duties of
member of the Board of Education of Independent School District number 57 of Garfield County, Oklahoma.
Member of the Board of Education of Independent School District number 57 of Garfield County, Oklahoma.
To the best of my ability.
To the best of my ability.
And that I will faithfully discharge all duties pertaining to said office.
And I will faithfully discharge all duties pertaining to said office.
And support, obey, and defend the Constitution and laws of the United States and Oklahoma.
And support, obey, and defend the Constitution and laws of the United States and Oklahoma.
Congratulations.
All right.
Congratulations, Joe. That leads us to audience to visitors,
We have none.
and we don't have any there, and that leads us to the superintendent's report. Dr. Darrow.
Okay, as you guys know, we like to start off every board meeting with a portion of the strategic plan that was adopted last year. Tonight's strategic plan is Goal Area 2, Objective 2, which is identifying increased staff effectiveness and attendance. And saying that, I'm going to turn it over to our HR director, Ms. Jane Johnson. She has a presentation for you.
All right. I had the privilege of gathering all of the data for our staff, and one of the strategic goals, as Dr. Darrow said, was to increase our staff effectiveness, our retain, recruit, hire, and a certified effective staff. So we have 506 certified educators in the district, and we have the evaluation averages in a chart there for you. So well, first let's do teacher attendance here. So teacher attendance, we have a goal for our students of 95% attendance for all of our students and for our staff. So reporting on this chart for you here is the percentage of teaching staff. It excludes the principals, the counselors, those people. This is just the people inside the classroom with the students every day. And so it did include maternity leave, and we had several babies born to staff members this year. So it does include that. So some of the, when teachers get into taking 6, 7, 8, 12 weeks off, which we want them to bond with their babies, but that does affect the attendance rate of the staff there. So this is certified staff, not support staff, only those teaching in the classrooms with the students, and you can see those percentage rates. We did have 14 certified teachers have perfect attendance, and so I think that that's something to brag about. So 14 teachers there every single day, so that's very important for the consistency for our students. Our building evaluation averages, these are the TLE averages. A 3 is effective, a 5 is superior. So these range, this is the teaching staff average together for each building. So then we have all kinds of different ways you can become certified. So this year I had to write 95 emergency certification requests. So those are people who have decided to make an impact and teach in the schools, but they do not have an education degree from a university. They have a degree, just not an education degree, and they make the commitment to begin working on passing certification exams. There's at least 2 that you have to take at the secondary level. There's 3 you have to take at the elementary and early childhood level. Elementary and early childhood have to complete the science of reading course that we offer through letters to become certified. And they also then have to sometimes take some extra college credit in education courses, and we try to help provide scholarships through the grant foundation for helping to pay for some of that. So we had 95 of those this year. We had 26 adjunct requests. 8 of them were pure, true adjuncts. I couldn't emergency certify them for some reason. They may have been emergency certified in a different district, so I can't emergency certify them in our district. They may not have a college degree, so they may have to be an adjunct while they're finishing their college degree. We have a couple of fabulous music teachers that are fabulous at their trade, but they don't have that college degree, so they're working on that. So 8 of them were true adjuncts. The rest were certified in some other area, but the area that they're teaching in, we adjuncted them. So you might be a certified math teacher, but we asked you to teach science, so we adjunct you in science. And then we had 18 teachers who have a 3-year provisional teaching certificate. They've taken their first certification exam, they have some college credit, and their second exam to do, and the state will give them a 3-year provisional certificate to let them have time to finish that coursework, take the other certification exam. So then this year, at the end of the year, we've added it up. We've now had, of that 95 emergency certified, we have 25 of them who have gotten their provisional teaching certificate. So they've now got their 3-year teaching certificate so they can work on finishing the other requirements that the state puts forth. 4 of those 95 have achieved their standard teaching certificate. So they now have a 5-year teaching certificate. They are completely done, and they can continue in the classroom. And then we had 39 of our certified staff members pass their initial certification exam. So some great strides in helping our teachers get what they need. Then we have 3 teachers who finished their master's degree this year. We had 1 adjunct teacher that actually achieved their undergraduate degree and finished that and is ready now to start on that certification pathway. And we have 1 adjunct teacher who achieved that 3-year provisional certificate. I couldn't emergency certify her because she'd taught in a previous district before she came to work for us. So she was an adjunct, but now she's got a standard certificate and or provisional certificate, and she's good for 3 years until she takes care of the rest of her requirements. So then we have our teacher empowerment program that we implemented this year, you all approved. We awarded 15 teachers an advanced category, 6 teachers a lead category, and 5 teachers a master category, and those came with financial awards for the teachers and extra hours of work for us as a district. So we have gotten extra hours from those people. They have made a difference in curriculum and assessment, making curriculum guides, working on making assessments, mentoring. These teacher empowerment people helped some of my people achieve and pass their first certification exam. So they were helping them, supporting them, and mentoring other teachers, providing professional development across the district and in their buildings. So some good hard work we're getting out of them. Retention and recruitment. I made this PowerPoint last Monday, the 11th, and so we had 58 resignations as of that date. Today we have 68 resignations. So, but for the majority of them, they are relocating or retiring. They're not just saying, I want out of education. So 22 relocating, 10 retiring, and 26 had some other kind of general reason for resignation. We've offered 93 of our temporary contract individuals that we hired last year. They're coming back on board, so that's great news. We've really had less teachers to replace than we have in the past, so that's a good trend. And then we have, of those that we've hired already, we've hired 33 individuals already as of last Monday. 27 of those are already certified, and we are actively looking for, instead of 19, 28 positions. So, any questions?
Any questions, board members? No. Thank you, Jane, for the data. There's a lot of good information there, a lot of good information I'm going to cover a little bit later with the teacher empowerment too, so let's be sure and chime that in as well. Thank you for compiling that. Okay, seeing no questions, we'll go down to item B, discussion and possible action to approve rank 1 to House Bill 3958 employee to student communication platform list. Everybody should have a handout there with all of the platforms that we currently use, and we're just adding this rank 1 pro just to be compliant with state law, and I seek your approval.
Motion to approve. Second.
Who made it? Matt? Matt Loman makes the motion. Tori Turnbow seconds it. Any comments, questions, or discussion? We'll vote. Tori Turnbow.
Yes.
Dr. Kim Tenius.
Yes.
Matt Loman.
Yes.
Reverend Joe Blackwood.
Yes.
Chad Mance.
Yes.
Randy Long. Yes.
Thank you very much. We'll be using rank 1 immediately this summer, so thank you for your approval on that. Takes me to item C. This was a discussion item last month, and we were able to identify and answer several questions that came our way with the NIL. Mr. Mills is here tonight for any further questions that you might have, but we are seeking your approval for the Bedford Agency to support our Enid High School families, coaches, administration, just to help us navigate through this NIL world that we're currently in. And I'll be happy to answer any questions that you might have, and definitely seek your approval. This would be a great supporting third party and kind of keep us out of the weeds, honestly. So,
Move to approve.
Who made that?
Kim.
Dr. Kim Tenius made the motion. Joe Blackwood made the second. Any questions, comments, or discussion? We'll vote. Tori Turnbow.
Yes.
Dr. Kim Tenius.
Yes.
Matt Loman.
Yes.
Reverend Joe Blackwood.
Yes.
Chad Mance.
Yes.
Randy Long. Yes.
Well, thank you for your approval on that. And before, Mr. Mills, anything we need to talk about this? I know you're in discussions with Bedford quite a bit, and we're trying to navigate through this. Anything you want to chime in before you slip out?
I mean, I appreciate the time board thinking about this and voting. I was in on another Zoom call today with the Bedford Agency and the OSSAA, and they're going to actually renew their NIL guidelines and change some things. And so it's even more important that we have this in place, because it's coming. And that's all I would say. I don't think anything has changed. I think the changes the OSSAA are going to try to make are going to try to help schools and help families. But it's even more important that we have this.
Mr. Mills, you also have a parent meeting coming up, correct?
Yeah, tomorrow night we are going to, Coach Ellerick and I, Coach Ellerick is going to talk to families just about, in general, about the recruiting process, and then we're going to talk to families about Open Doors, which is the marketplace platform we're going to use for NIL, and then some of them may want to get signed up and get going on that, and so we're going to talk about that and offer that to them tomorrow, and then again, really in August, we're going to try to bring Mr. Bedford here to do training with coaches, parents, athletes, and community business members. We're going to try to pick a good time in August before school starts and get going. We're going to do that.
Perfect. Well, thank you all board members for your support on this. Any questions for Mr. Mills before he leaves? All right. Well, thank you, sir. Okay, that takes me to item D, and that is another action item, and this is our approval of intra-district transfer and capacity numbers. We just need to set those numbers so we can start planning for the next school year. Happy to answer any questions that you may or may have about our capacity numbers, but if not, I definitely seek your approval.
Move we approve.
Second.
Tori Turnbow makes the motion. Matt Loman seconds it.
Joe Blackwood.
Oh, Joe, excuse me.
That's right.
Golly. I'm gonna have to move before I can.
That will help you.
No, I just gotta pay attention. Any questions, comments, or discussion? We'll vote. Tori Turnbow.
Yes.
Dr. Kim Tenius.
Yes.
Matt Loman.
Yes.
Reverend Joe Blackwood.
Yes.
Chad Mance.
Yes.
Randy Long, yes.
Well, thank you for that. We will get that updated. Okay, that takes me to item E, and I just want to hit on a few topics here with Eisenhower and discuss a few things. And Dr. Robinson, please chime in also. But as you guys know, Last Monday was a big Monday. We were able to actually go ahead and get the contract approved with Henson Construction for Henson Construction was $26 million with almost $900,000 contingency, and then also we were able to approve that Corbin, Merce, and Haney for $250,000 to make sure that the architectural support stays through the process. So as soon as that was board approved, we then submitted that to the Department of Defense. Now we're exchanging some emails with the Department of Defense. We're still waiting on NEPA approval finalized, but this was able for Henson to go ahead and start working on the fence work that needs to be done. And I'll let Dr. Robinson chime in on that in just a second. But I want to also say real quick that we're trying to finalize a groundbreaking ceremony. Board members, that's been in the weekly email. Appreciate you guys taking the time to fill out that Google form. But we're looking sometime late June, either June 17th, 18th, or 19th, or the following week of 22nd to the 25th. And it's going to be hard to get everybody there, but we're working hard towards that. Sam, you want to chime in anything I didn't touch on?
Yeah, the good thing with our meeting last week is this allowed Henson Construction to start getting all the subcontractors' contracts in place. I'm very surprised that we have not received the notice to proceed. We thought we were going to get that last Friday. We do have the fencing, because that notice to proceed didn't come on Friday. We're going to try and start that in the first week of June, and then that's really when we get to work out there is once that fence is up. So we're on target. I don't want to say we're on track necessarily, but we're on target to get where we need to be with everything. And the one good thing, I think the wheat's coming into harvest, so we really don't want to move too much dirt, because that's usually when it starts raining right now. So trying to help other people out with all of this. So no, things are moving forward, looking really good. And again, I'm hoping just any day this week that we get that notice to proceed, which means the NEPA's good and we're ready to move forward.
Yeah. Board members, any questions? Okay. As always, I'll keep you posted. We're chomping at the bit, as you know, but we're working at the pace of government too. So, okay. If no questions on that, we will continue on. I believe the next item for me is student enrollment, item F, and that's just a discussion item. Board members, I have a piece of paper there that's got some summative information for the school year. I ran a report last May 12th, which had been before school was dismissed, and it looked like we finished the school year with 7,035 students. You can see that on the far right column. So enrollment is down from August till now, and I've been reporting that to you. Something that we track every day, not just every month, but every day we're watching these numbers. And as you can see across the years, the last 3 years, our enrollment is down. We hope that we've plateaued, and we've hoped that we're not losing any more kids. Although, I want to be honest with you and report some more information. Last night, we graduated 509 kids, and I've had a lot of people ask me, well, how, that's the most I remember. So that's the most students that have graduated in high school since 1976. So for the last 50 years, our graduating class has been below that. So that's a lot of kids we're losing, 509 kids. And our secondary enrollment is very healthy. Some of our lower levels not quite as large as we're not taking as many kids as we're graduating is what I'm trying to say. But it's something we're monitoring. Pre-K enrollment's going very good right now. We're actually ahead. I think, 15 or 18 kids ahead of where we were a year ago with our pre-K enrollment. So everything's going well there. And then the last thing I want to say, just to remind any parents that might be watching this, if you haven't done so already, please take the time to pre-enroll your student for next year. I know I've got a pre-enrollment link sent to me, and I've got an email sent to me, a text message and email. So any parents out there, please take the time to pre-enroll their child just so we can get them accurately enrolled for next year. But a lot of information. Just thought I'd share a lot of those numbers with you. Happy to answer any questions you might have. If no questions, I will keep going. That takes me to item G. You should have another handout there at your area, and that's over the teacher empowerment that Mrs. Johnson actually spoke a little bit about during her presentation. Like to report, and you guys are aware this is our second year of doing this. Last year we started kind of late, and we kind of had to, we had some learning curves we went through. We made some adjustments, but we had 28 teachers that are currently working with us right now through June 30th. And of those 28, 27 of them reapplied for the teacher empowerment again this year, which I think speaks volumes that they see the need and they see that they're making a difference with our school district. So the fact that 27 of them decided to try it again and do it again, which I think speaks volumes. But again, we have 38 that applied. All 38 were awarded. And like Mrs. Johnson said, we're already reaping the benefits of some of that peer mentorship and development that from the curriculum work, from the assessment work, to our back to school planning, which we did not get to do last year, which we're excited about this year, from new teacher orientation, back to school, professional development. I am just really happy about this teacher empowerment program. I'm excited about it. I think it really allows our teachers to be empowered, earn some additional money, and make a difference, because we have great teachers that when we need to lean on them, we need to collaborate with them. So I'm really excited about this. I think what Mrs. Johnson reported is a direct reflection of how it is being successful, and the fact that we've got great retention within the program means it's being successful. I'm happy to answer any questions you have, but I'm just very optimistic about this. Randy, Jane, you guys want to chime in on that? Okay, very good. Okay, no questions. I will, takes me to item H, which is second to last on the superintendent's report, and that's Ms. Wickard. I've asked her to come speak, our Director of Federal Programs. Ms. Wickard is going to give us kind of a summer school update, which is going to start next week, but also with that summer school, we've also got a large school improvement grant that we were awarded for about $250,000, and I'm going to let Ms. Wickard speak about it.
You go, save the best for last, right? So you have a handout. On the front of it, what I'm going to talk about is the 2026 Summer Learning. That is our summer school program that we have in place currently. So it kind of gives you the dates, which is the 26th through the 18th of June, which we do not go on Fridays. Teacher time, 7:45 to 12:15. Student time, 8 to noon. They do get breakfast and lunch, and they do get transportation from their home sites to Garfield if needed, and then back to their home site. So transportation is not an issue for elementary. Middle school, and we actually only have elementary's at Garfield, and the middle school will be at Longfellow and Waller. Emerson didn't have enough to make at Emerson, so those students that did apply can either choose to go to Longfellow and or Waller, depending on what grade level is at that site for this summer, depending on the enrollment. Middle school is kind of iffy. The middle school or the elementary, we have students enrolling all the time, which shows you the enrollment numbers for elementary is about 399, so that's about 25 higher than we had last year, so that's a good plus. We've actually, for elementary, I've teamed up with the curriculum department, and as you see on the right-hand side in the orange box, the K through 5, we have actually themed units this year by grade level, and I'm going to kind of go back to Dr. Darrow talking about the teacher empowerment program. We had some of those teachers actually write the curriculum for some of those grade levels to tie into the wit and wisdom curriculum that they teach during the school year. So it's going to kind of go full circle. So they did hours on that to be able to build in that curriculum for those kids. Middle school and high school basically focus on the reading and math and, of course, credit recovery. And again, the middle school numbers are 92, which are a little bit low. High school, which is 208, plus any virtual that want to continue their learning, which is about normal, a little bit actually above than last year. Any questions on summer school? Awesome. Then on the back side of that talks about the school support gaining academic proficiency grant. We call it the GAP grant. The top box, we are actually qualified for the district GAP grant for Enid High School and Garfield Elementary, which you see we were awarded $258,800 for that. We had 2 strategies that we applied for, and we are was approved for all of it. So the big thing that I wanted to hit on strategy 1 is the solution tree. We started that back in June. I know some of the board members were actually attended some of the 6-day training that we had. So we're hoping that we're going to bring another 6 days back in this school year and be able to train another set of teachers, administrators, school board members, if you would like to have that, so we can hit more of the faculty and the staff within the district and spread the RTI conversation in our sites. And Garfield and the Enid High, as you see below, they were both awarded $112,000 for Garfield and $158,000 for Enid High. And as you see in both their strategies, they are also implementing additional solution tree training on coaching days, so that the solution tree person is actually coming to the site and working with the teachers, working with the leadership team to determine what best fits for their staff, what best fits for their students, what can they maybe change up a little bit, or what, just getting some new eyes, or new set of eyes and new ideas that they can come into the classroom, and also to their students, best fits for their students. Again, there's many other ones. The other two things in the district gap grant that I didn't mention was we were able to bring in 2 targeted personnel, which is an MTSS coordinator, the multi-tiered system of supports coordinator, which goes hand in hand with the RTI solution tree training. And then we are able to bring an instructional coach for EL instruction. Any questions?
I just want to chime in, Ms. Wickert. The solution tree, actually, this will be our 3rd year. The first year we brought in a bunch of principals, and last year we brought in principals and teachers, so this will be a continuation. So again, we're not just changing from program to program. This should be consistency, and we should start seeing dividends from our work. And also the conscious discipline that she's listed out here with Garfield, they've done that for several years, and you guys know that the ACT is a big push at the high school. So this gap grant is being utilized in the areas that we've identified, and we're looking to build success upon.
And I will say, just on the admin side and listening to principals and listening to conversations in the classroom and at sites, that the conversation of RTI and multi-tiered systems of support is starting to spread. And principals are calling me saying, how can I use my federal funds to implement this even more? So the principals are even going above and beyond what we already have in place to extend it into their classrooms and into their building.
Any questions, board members? Randy, that's right up in your wheelhouse too. Do you have anything you want to add as well?
No, Leslie did a great job. Sorry, got the tickle in my throat.
Very good. Very good. Well, Leslie, thank you for being here this evening. Thank you. And the last item is just a informative heads up to everyone. Just going to remind you that we're going to transition to our summer hours here starting June 1, and we'll run that through the end of July. And basically, we'll be running longer days, Monday through Thursday, and a shortened lunch, and then be taking some Fridays off. Just want to make sure everyone's aware of that. It's definitely a nice perk for our employees, and much appreciated the months of June and July. So saying that concludes the superintendent's report.
That leads us to regular business. Item 4A, discussion and possible action to approve the following consent agenda items, A1 through A13. Does any board member want to remove any one of those for further discussion? If not, I'll entertain a motion. Joe Blackwood makes the motion. Chad Mance seconds it. All those, or we'll vote. Tori Turnbow.
Yes.
Dr. Kim Tenius.
Yes.
Matt Lohman.
Yes.
Reverend Joe Blackwood.
Yes.
Chad Mance.
Yes.
Randy Long. Yes. And that leads us to 4B, discussion and possible action to approve the district financial report for April 2026. Dr. Robinson.
All right, well, just a couple of highlights on the finance report. Once again, things are in good shape, but I do want to tell you that the budget I proposed to you guys back in November, we're going to overshoot that a little bit, but it's all pretty intentional, really and truly. It's not an accident. We've spent a lot of money on a lot of things this year, furniture, flooring, different things just to keep our buildings up to speed. There's a real chance that we could be close to $1 million over what was originally budgeted. But I'm not panicked. I'm not worried. I think it's all money well spent. It's all money that we need to spend. We're still in super great financial shape. As our student enrollment has declined, there's become somewhat less of a need to maybe have as much of a fund balance. But again, that's meeting all the needs at our schools. I'm going to give you one example of that. When we had the snowstorm, we had a lot of leaks at Waller. In fact, it looked like some of those classrooms when we were out of school, you could take a shower in there. Once the snow went away, we lost the leaks, but I'd already put a plan in place to replace a lot of the roof over there. And so we had a lot of that kind of stuff that hasn't really snuck up on us, but it was just like we either do it now or we spread it out and do it over a longer period of time. So just get it done now, because that's really what kids and our teachers really deserve, that in their classrooms. So I just want to give you guys kind of a heads up on that. We get to July, not too many surprises out there, but that's kind of where it looks like things are trending. So again, not worried. Things are in good shape. Other good news is that our bond sale that we had back at the end of March, those funds did come in last week. So we have those funds. We're going to invest those for about 3 months. Hopefully draw about 3.75% interest on that. That'll help take care of some more projects along the way, but more importantly, we'll be able to repay some of those bonds from 2016, and we'll also be working on transportation, Chromebooks, and school safety measures starting in July once all that's put together on the budget. Any questions on the finances? I'll gladly take them.
I'll entertain a motion.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Okay, I didn't catch that.
Matt and Joe.
Thank you. Matt Loman makes the motion. Joe Blackwood seconds it. Any questions, comments, or discussion? We'll vote. Tori Turnbow.
Yes.
Dr. Kim Tinius.
Yes.
Matt Loman.
Yes.
Reverend Joe Blackwood.
Yes.
Chad Mance.
Yes.
Randy Long, yes. Item C, discussion and possible action to approve the fiscal year 2027 temporary appropriation as provided by EPS Auditor Pat Carroll of Chas W. Carroll, PA. Dr. Robinson.
So the temporary appropriation is what allows us to start conducting business on July 1st. We're not going to start spending any of those dollars until that point in time, but there's a lot of work that happens in June that gets us set up on that July 1. Again, this is the temporary appropriation. The full appropriation comes out with the estimate of needs in September. This is somewhere between 90 and 95% of the current year FY26 appropriation. So this is for the general fund and the building fund.
Move we approve.
Tori makes the motion.
Second.
Chad seconds it. Any questions, comments, or discussion? We'll vote. Tori Turnbow.
Yes.
Dr. Kim Tinius.
Yes.
Matt Loman.
Yes.
Reverend Joe Blackwood.
Yes.
Chad Mance.
Yes.
Randy Long, yes. Item D, discussion and possible action to approve board resolution number 688 for the establishment of Fund 86, Casualty Flood Insurance Fund, with an initial transfer from Fund 11, the general fund, $750,000 for insurance policy premium and $1 million for the high deductible for wind and hail. Dr. Robinson?
So the legislature 2 years ago, because several districts were in a position similar to ours with their fund balance and carryover, they created this insurance casualty flood fund where districts can move the cost of their high deductible insurance, which ours is considered high deductible because it's $1 million for wind and hail, which that's the likelihood of what we would have that would be catastrophic on our end as far as cost goes. So we have $1 million deductible. Our premium is roughly about $750,000. I'll know more on that at the June board meeting, exactly what it is. But this is a way to basically shelter our carryover where we are not penalized for those dollars in the general fund, but allows us to create a fund where that $1 million can sit. The one thing I do need to tell you is that we cannot add $1 million every year. So we can't build up a kitty, so to speak, for 2 hailstorms. We only get to have enough for 1. But that's perfectly okay. And every year, the plan is that this time of year, we'll move the premium, that $750,000, it might be $800,000 next year, into that fund. And then in July, we'll expend that on our OSIG insurance policy or whatever we have for our insurance at that particular time. So this is all new to us. It just needs your blessing to create the fund, and then with that is your vote to move the transfer of that $1.75 million.
Thank you for that.
Yep.
I'll entertain a motion.
Move to approve.
Dr. Kim Tinius makes the motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Matt Loman seconds it. Any questions, comments, or discussion? We'll vote. Tori Turnbow.
Yes.
Dr. Kim Tinius.
Yes.
Matt Loman.
Yes.
Reverend Joe Blackwood.
Yes.
Chad Mance.
Yes.
Randy Long, yes. Item E, discussion and possible action to approve board resolution number 690 for the closure of 7 sub-project accounts of Fund 67, activity fund donations and gifts that have had no activity for 5 or more years. Dr. Robinson.
So just to give you an example of one of these funds that we're talking about, it's the superintendent search. And that superintendent search was not for Dr. Darrow, it was for Dr. Floyd. So it goes back to that time period. These have very small amounts. There is one that's a little bit larger, but it's $1,000. And really what the plan is with the 5 of those that really have no definition or no clear place that matches what that fund is they're going to go into our Coca-Cola Scholarship Fund, which we are reactivating that next year. And then the 2 other funds in Fund 67 are actually going to transfer to the general fund. One is some George Davis money that was set up for Adams. There's already a George Davis fund at Adams in the general fund, so that money's going to go into that account. The other one is a front ensemble piece of money that was put in there. We're going to move that money into the band's general fund for them to expend. So we're trying to keep it all within its original task. Other than that superintendent search, we've decided we don't need to use that money for a superintendent search, so we're going to scholarship somebody with it.
Sounds good.
Move we approve.
Thank you.
Second.
Tory Turnbow makes the motion, Matt Lohman seconds it. Joe Blackwood, geez.
Yeah.
I'll get it right sooner or later, Joe. Any questions, comments, or discussion?
I did just, how much money total are we talking about? Do you know, Sam, around about?
I have it in a document right here. I just need to pull it up.
Just for curiosity. Right?
Yeah, it's a couple $1,000s.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's and those funds vary from like $40 to, like I said, a little over $1,000.
Yeah.
Sam, all those funds hadn't been active in how many years?
In at least 5.
At least
and
5.
I'm going to say most of them are well on their way to 10.
Yeah.
Good question.
And this is a process that we go through it periodically because we have these projects that are sitting out there. You guys get a report, and then people go, well, what's that money for? And so we need to put it to good use.
Good. Any other questions or comments? We'll vote. Tory Turnbow.
Yes.
Dr. Kim Tenius.
Yes.
Matt Lohman.
Yes.
Reverend Joe Blackwood.
Yes.
Chad Mann.
Yes.
Randy Long, yes. That leads us to item F, discussion and possible action to approve the fiscal year 2027 employee personnel vacation day buyback program with a maximum daily rate for certified employees at $350 and support employees at $150. Dr. Robinson.
Well, we talked about this back in January, I believe, and kind of presented what we bought back in the first semester. And so the proposal is to do that program once again in FY27. The reason you're getting this a little bit earlier than we've had in the past is because it does impact our 12-month employees. So those 12-month employees beginning on July 1 need to know that we have a plan in place, conserve their leave time so that way they can actually, if they have vacation, can sell back their vacation days. All other employees that are not 12 months, then it becomes a personal day buyback plan for them. So this is, I hate to say this has been a super successful program, but I think it's been very successful for those employees who do come to work, who do save their personal days. It's a way for them to, and it's really a way for all employees to decide, is a personal day worth me really being gone from school or receiving cash in my bank account by not utilizing those days. So everybody has a choice. I know the rest of us very indifferent to whether an employee takes advantage of this program or not, but it's there, so they have a choice.
How much do we expend per year through this program on average?
I think last year it was about $130,000 or so.
I think it was like 50 at Christmas.
Yeah, 50. We were down this year from last year.
Yeah.
But again,
semester.
It's a total choice program. We're not forcing anybody into it. It's a reward.
I want to chime in too, Dr. Robinson. I would much rather pay our employees for being here, for being here. Like, I really appreciated what Jane was saying about 14 employees with perfect attendance. I would rather spend that money on our employees that are here every day impacting kids than I would a substitute, which is what we're going to have to expend anyways. So to me, this is a nice perk for being here.
Most definitely.
Yeah, good incentive. Entertain a motion.
I move to approve.
Chad Mance makes the motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Tory Turnbow seconds it. Any additional questions, comments, or discussion? We'll vote. Tory Turnbow.
Yes.
Dr. Kim Tenius.
Yes.
Matt Lohman.
Yes.
Reverend Joe Blackwood.
Yes.
Chad Mann.
Yes.
Randy Long, yes. Item G, discussion and possible action for the superintendent and/or chief financial officer to enter a contract for new lights at Selby Stadium with a low qualifying bidder based on bids taken May 15, 2026. Review of bids is necessary before entering into a contract. Fund 21 will be unitized for the purchase order not to exceed $200,000. Dr. Robinson.
So the lights at Selby Stadium were put in when Dr. Darrow started to work for Enid Public Schools many years ago. We won't say how long, but it's been a while ago. The lights we're looking at doing are LED, so we'll have instant on and off for the different band performances, different football things that go on. I know some of you guys have been there for senior nights. The lights go off, and we all really hope that they come back on. And they always have. It just takes a little bit longer than we thought. The other addition we're having with this light package is we are going to be adding the light show package to it. So that way we'll have the flashing lights as whoever performers, teams, whoever's coming out on the field, we'll be able to flash the lights for them as well. This lighting package should take us well beyond the term that the previous lights were on. Not that the previous lights have not been working, have been doing their thing. It's just an outdated technology. We don't play hardly on any fields that have those same old lights. Everybody's moved to LEDs, so we need to provide our athletes, our band members, our cheerleaders, our pom members with that same experience that they get on the road. We need to provide that at home as well.
It's going to be a savings on electricity, too.
LED will be a savings on electricity, that's right. So that's a really good thing.
Entertain a motion.
Motion to approve.
Matt Lohman makes the motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Joe Blackwood say, I saw that. I got that one. Joe Blackwood makes the second. Any questions, comments, or discussions before we vote? We'll vote. Tori Turnbow.
Yes.
Dr. Kim Tenius.
Yes.
Matt Lohman.
Yes.
Reverend Joe Blackwood.
Yes.
Chad Mann.
Yes.
Randy Long. Yes. Item number 5, new business.
I don't have any new business, but I just want to tell everybody I thought yesterday was a wonderful event at graduation. There was a lot of hard work with technology and maintenance crews working Sunday morning. Our choir was up there performing. It was a really great graduation, and a lot of people put a lot of hard work to get there. So not new business, but just more of a compliment to everybody helping out. Much appreciated.
Thank you for that. Any board member have any new business? We'll move on to item 6, reports, items of information, board comments, and/or questions. First, Colonel Jans, do you have anything for us today?
You bet. So first of all, I want to say thanks to everyone and their support for the purple cords that we gave out to all the military-connected children that were graduating this year. There was a lot of students, a lot more than I thought. And so anyhow, it was great to be able to be part of that effort. And Colonel Lundenby and I just appreciate the opportunity to be able to be up on stage and recognize those children for that. And, the fact that, they're very resilient kids that are doing great things and going to go on to do great things for our nation and for, of course, their families and stuff like that, right? Beyond that, just being part of this board and being up on stage with you all was fantastic. It was a great experience. I was taking some selfies with Tori and Doc over there. And,
that's what was going on.
That's right. And no, it was really great. We had a good time, and it was great to see all the children receive their diplomas and be able to just be recognized by all of their family yesterday. It was fantastic. Thank you so much.
Well, we appreciate you being there and participating and all that you do representing the base for us, Colonel Jans. Board members, comments or questions? I just want to echo what Dr. Darrow said. I talked to Craig before, Principal Liddell, before the board meeting started and congratulated him. I thought it was a really good graduation in all regards. I thought everything went pretty smoothly, and like Dr. Darrow said, the choir was excellent. It was just really a nice experience, and I hope the young people, our graduates, and their families feel that way too. But again, appreciate all the work that a lot of people did, because we know those things just don't happen. And got out of there relatively easily compared to last year, so that was a bonus. So if you want to know the way out, just follow Tori. She didn't let me down. Anybody else? All right. Item 7, next regular meeting, June 15, 2026 at 6 p.m. in the Administrative Services Center Boardroom, 500 South Independence, Enid, Oklahoma. Item 8, discussion, then possible action to approve a proposed executive session in room 123 to discuss the employment of those individuals and/or positions listed on the attached Exhibit A, negotiation concerning employees and/or representatives of employee groups, and possible purchase, appraisal, sale, lease, or acquisition of real property. Need a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Who made it? Chad Mance makes the motion. Reverend Joe Blackwood seconds. We'll vote. Tori Turnbow.
Yes.
Dr. Kim Tinius.
Yes.
Matt Lohman.
Yes.
Reverend Joe Blackwood.
Yes.
Chad Mance.
Yes.
Randy Long, yes. We are in executive session.
7:24.
I'm gonna run the restroom.